Good morning. Let's make sure all the tires are moving. They're good on that side. They're good on this side. I do a little snake thing before getting going. Just picked up my trailer here at the Petropass card lock. I talked to the owner and he said it was okay to drop it there for a few days. Today is Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. I was out of service for a few days. Plan was to leave on Sunday. I'm 2 days behind schedule. I'll tell you all about that in just a second, but here is our sponsor, Cutco Transportation, now hiring Super B woodchip, Super B flat deck Class 1 drivers in BC's Lower Mainland, the Okanagan, and the Kootenays. To apply, go to cutco.ca, use promo code QuanFan, let them know I sent you, get an extra $100 on your first payday. And also make sure you use me as a reference when you apply for the job. I'll split my referral bonus with you guys 50-50. Gotta try to adjust seat so it doesn't rattle on me, because no Just this week. Just getting ready for vacation. And on the other hand, had all the spare time at home, so I edited some of the older extra videos that we had, so that way when I do break down, I've got an extra video to share with you guys. Speaking of which, I probably will throw an extra video here during the week unless I can catch up with videos. So if all of a sudden there's an extra video somewhere this week, that's what happened there. I was running behind and couldn't throw in all the videos, seeing I'm 2 days behind. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, Sunday afternoon, got in the truck. I decided, I'm like, you know what, Jess, you don't have to drop me off. I'm just going to walk to the truck, grab my backpack and all my water and my food, put it all on the back and hustle over there, do my walk of humility. Everybody looks at me as if I'm homeless, but it's a cool feeling to know what kind of looks you get when you look homeless. How differently you get treated. So I don't mind doing my walk of humility just to remind me to stay humble. Did that, got to the truck, turned the ignition over and click. Didn't turn over, nothing, just click, click, click. Like, okay, batteries are dead. So I called Jess, like, hey, I need you to come over. After all, I was going to do you the favor. You could stay at home because she hasn't been feeling so well. That was on Sunday. She's feeling much better by now. So she came over, hooked up the jumper cables, and it took half an hour before I had enough of a charge to start it up. She went home, and I put in gear to go drive to the trailer, and the truck just kind of locked. I'm like, what? Or I could force it to move, but it was like I had my brakes on and I was trying to brake and drive at the same time. And that's exactly what it was. One of my brake pods was just leaking air like crazy and wouldn't release. I'm like, okay, Jess, texted her, don't get too comfortable. You might have to come back and save me. So she just came back and waited in the pickup for me to figure it out. It took me 20 minutes to figure out that I could not unlock that brake, so I caged it and drove the truck to Kenworth over here and dropped it off and then went home. I'm like, it's Sunday, we'll deal with it on Monday morning. And unfortunately, Kenworth had way too many other jobs on. They couldn't look at it, so I had to bring it to another shop, Summit Truck and Trailer. They said they could look at it on Tuesday morning. So I'm like, okay, Jess gives me a ride to Kenworth again, and I jump in the truck and click, click, click. I'm like, but I idled it for like 3 hours. It should have lots of charge. Okay, boost it again. Summit Truck and Trailer also looked at my batteries and said, somehow one of the bolts connecting the batteries together had come loose and wasn't actually connecting the batteries. So my batteries are fine, they're all testing good, but I'm trying to start the truck off of one battery instead of all 4 batteries. And that makes sense why it was working, and then why am I stopping? It went momentarily, it switched, and then it went to green, so I don't know. I got confused. It's embarrassing. So yeah, the truck was trying to start the truck up with one battery, and that's why it was working during the week, and then all of a sudden, halfway through the week, all of a sudden it was like a switch where it didn't work. A bolt must have just slowly worked its way loose, and then the batteries were no longer connected to each other. So whoever the mechanic was that worked on it last, what was that, 2-3 weeks ago, must have not tightened that one bolt, and it slowly came off. But yeah, that's the story. Sticking to it. Driving into the sun here. Figure I'd get a video shot right away. That way at least I'm not missing one more video. Going down the Channel Parkway here. Head to the Soyuz-Orville border, get down into the States and see how far I can get today. Try to deliver this load as early as I can tomorrow. Get another run or two in before I have to go home. Go on vacation. As far as the defects on the trailer, that mud flap I bent needs to be welded. 2 marker lights need to be fixed, and the airbag has a very slow, small leak in it, and the bolt is missing on the deck. So 4 defects on the trailer. All the parts are ordered, but they're all minor defects. I've put them in the logbook, my e-log. So they're marked in there, and I'm returning the trailer while I'm on vacation. They're gonna fix that. And the truck only has 2 defects. The marker light on the left front fender isn't working, or it's very dim. It's pretty much burnt out. And a rear-facing work light is out, so 2 very minor defects there as well. That I get to drop off at Kenworth while I'm on vacation, and they'll work on it. Skaha Lake, south end of Penticton, Okanagan Lake, north end of Penticton. Skaha Lake, you see a lot of windsurfers out. Penticton Airport is on our right. How that light's still green, I don't know. It's a long green light for that pickup sitting waiting there. Yeah, I did a live stream on the weekend on our gaming channel. If you ever want to talk to me live one-on-one, usually Saturday, Sunday mornings, I'll be online. When I say Saturday, Sunday mornings, I mean Pacific time zone, between usually 9 a.m. and 12 a.m. Between in there, in that zone somewhere. I'm playing Farming Sim, but really it's got nothing to do with the gaming. Most of the time it's really interesting topics we talk about from, well, everything. Sometimes it's just silly and fun, and next time it's serious and political, or serious and religious, and you know, all the sensitive stuff and controversial stuff. Everybody's welcome. Already on the shade on this side of the mountain. But over the weekend, it's all gotten really, really dry and blue skies, so it was just a beautiful weekend. Getting some clouds coming in now. It is 0 degrees Celsius right now, but the wind chill makes it feel quite a bit colder. That felt funny. That shift felt funny. I'm just paranoid, I think, since we talked about the truck had been treating us really well for the last year and a half. Well, it seems like it's in breakdown mode now. We're at 272,270. That's funny. 272,272 kilometers. 272. inside whatever that is. That looks like a glove. Yeah, it might just be me being paranoid. The shifting just felt sloppy. I'll just keep an eye on temperatures and stuff. Make sure nothing goes crazy. I don't know if do I have transmission temperature? Got the oil pressure. I've got the diff, front and rear diff temperature. Maybe on the radio. The radio screen there's the oil temperature. Oh, there's a transmission temperature right there. On the radio screen. Okay, good. I want to see temperatures. Right now it looks stone cold. Stone cold. Oil temperature's up to 225. That's where it normally sits. That's where it's happy. Water temperature at 190 Fahrenheit. Temperature all Fahrenheit. I was complaining last week when people say drive safe that it was boring. With breakdowns like this, it's not boring. So maybe I should go with drive safe after all. Hey, look, there's... I thought that was CVSE, but just to Fastenal, they've got the blue line on the side of their trucks as well. My GPS says I'm going to get to the customer at 9:05 p.m. I have to stop for the scale and probably fuel up somewhere. So, I need 10 hours off tonight. That means I will not be delivering at 7 a.m., but probably closer to 8 a.m. in the morning. That's all right. Huh. I just reached over and turned the toaster oven on to see if it had power, because my camera doesn't have power, is not charging. They were working on the batteries. Did they unplug something else? Is my inverter unplugged? Which would mean it'd be hard to keep my cameras charged, but worse, I wouldn't have be able to do warm food. Hopefully just unplug the cord going into the inverter that comes up to the front. Welcome to OK Falls. I guess legally Okanagan Falls. Tickleberries is closed till March 1st. Next stop, well, I was going to say town of Oliver, but first we got to go by Vassou Lake and McIntyre Bluff, also known as Indian Head. That's some beautiful scenery coming up that way, going along the lake. I see the lake way in the background there. Looks like it may be at least partially iced over still. It's been warm enough that maybe the whole thing is still iced, I'm not sure. Says it's minus 1 degree Celsius out now. The river's definitely not frozen. Let's see if the lake is. I still saw people ice fishing a week ago on the lake, but it's been fairly warm the last week, so I suspect it's got open water on it, but I could be wrong. They're forecasting a big storm coming through here by Thursday, so I got a feeling this might be the last blue sky I see for a little bit. Little provincial park over here. Closed currently. So it's still ice covered. I don't see anybody ice fishing, but it is still ice covered. And that bluff you guys see on the right hand side there, that's McIntyre Bluff. And then I guess we got the small town of Gallagher before we get into Oliver. Wanted to pass them, but passing lane's going to end here, and the cars are wanting to pass me. I'm like, I'll let the cars go. Because the rig driver in front of me drives slow on these narrow lanes, and then when the passing lanes come, they speed up. So you're welcome, cars. I took one for the team. I know these containers are usually filled up with wine. Probably empty wine bottles now, heading to a winery, and then they're going to take the container off and probably drop on a loaded container full of bottled wine going back to the coast. Most likely in Oliver, so it should probably be turning off. Flat tire. Luckily they're on nice flat ground and it should be easy to change a tire. Yep, there they go. Exiting the highway. Woohoo! Well, looks like that battery's starting to get pretty low, so we'll go through Oliver here, and then we'll call it a day. Today will be a nice short day for me, only about 7 hours of driving today. Vineyards and orchards all the way around. Looks like these vineyards have all been pruned already. Ready for the next season. Ha! The Popo's sitting there waiting for people to speed into town, or maybe speed out of town. Welcome to Oliver, Canada's wine central. No, Canada's wine capital. I don't know why I thought central. Canada's wine capital. What's the theater playing? Couldn't quite see it. Oliver's really quite a nice town. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Oliver. All right, I guess I'll call it a day here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. I'll see you guys down the road. Huge thank you to all the people that hit that join button down below. You guys make this possible. I'm out of here. You guys rock.